Hello everyone, welcome again to Nascent Toy Collector presented by Infinite Collectibles. I am Adam Martin, and I just have to say thank you so much to everyone for tuning in to my last video about the Silverhawks Bluegrass. You can see him, he's up above here in the power stance. He's rocking that shit Ramon style, as he should be. Now today I am with a figure that I have been really anticipating. I've been looking forward to it since I heard it was announced, and that is the classic coloration of the Krang android body from BST AXN. This is an XL figure, as you can see right there, with a really cool box. Let's do a box comparison real quick, and we'll get into this guy. And isn't it gorgeous, man? Does anything quite set the tone of goofy sci-fi quite like Krang's android body for the TMNT cartoon? I don't think so. And man, I love this. I know that they took the original idea of the Utroms and they kind of condensed it down into one guy, Krang, and they just ran with that. Instead of, you know, the original comic series, there were a bunch of them. They were an entire invading alien force. But I like the way, I mean, he's so goofy. Let's just look at the box. As you can see, this is an XL figure. Way bigger than the normal stuff in the line, as it should be though. I remember and we'll see in a little bit, but the original Krang body was huge. This is the BST AXN line by the Loyal Subjects, and we get this nice piece of new art that is trying to look like that old cartoon. The face is a little off, but Krang looks so excited to be in that body. You guys, he bitches about that body for the entire first season. Now, here's the side art, looking cool. Got that classic TMNT logo with Nickelodeon up there. We have seen this before. We're about to check out the other boxes, so we'll see that. Here we have the BST AXN, best features, articulation, best assortment. On the back, we get a digital render of the figure. We get an awful digital render of it opened up, showing how you put Krang in. It's funny, though. I kind of like it. I would like to have a series of android bodies painted different various neon colors and have them set up somewhere on like a shelf, like a piece of modern art. We get the accessories, and they are the same accessories that were with the flashing Krang. We'll look at that in just a second. They are painted more like the NECA version, which is very interesting. I like it. You get all the legalese here, the warnings, the don't choke. We get a little bit of backstory, 31 points of articulation, classic TMNT logo. Now these are for 8+. Interestingly, NECA says 14+. On the bottom of the box, we get the made in China. You get some legal stuff there, and we get the barcode. And yes, there's the top. Not much to it, just a little hanger there. Now, let's just compare it really quick to the other BST AXN Krang. Well, there's two, actually. Here's the android body, the other android body. This one was based on the arcade. You can see the arcade version of Krang there in comparison. And we also get the arcade. You get the arcade background here. That's clearly the Technodrome right in front of his Dimension X portal. Really cool. Same everything. All the accessories are the same. I'm sure this is the same clamshell. It's the same body. Turning it on the side though, you can see the difference right away. That's so awesome. And so is this though. But like I said, we have seen that before. Now on the back, they are almost identical. I think it might even be identical except for the coloring. Well, this is a little different, you know. This was a this was a con exclusive. On that side, not much there. On the top and bottom, really similar too. I do think it's cool though, because we have seen this piece of art. Let's bring out the Bubble Walker Krang, and this piece of art is the same that was on the front of the Bubble Walker. This is the other Krang figure that we've received in this line, which is really cool. I love it. Of course, I'll have the figures out and we'll do a real comparison later on, but that is pretty rad that they decided to use that same piece of artwork. And one more box to take a look at real quick. The only other box I have now, I do not have the original Krang figure from whatever year that came out. That had an awesome box with a piece of artwork that was like a Thor cover, drawn by Jack Kirby. And you know, the Eastman and Laird both absolutely admired Kirby, Jack Kirby that is, and the fifth turtle was even going to be named Kirby. So this is the NECA Krang box. You can see there it's a little different. This one looks like a VHS tape, and this is of course the actual, like, well, it looks like an actual piece of the cartoon artwork. Pretty rad. There you go with it. You know, the back. Oh, I love this episode. The first one where Krang gets the android body and he has that chip in it that lets it grow real big, and they attack him with the blimp and they get inside and break the little microchip. Pretty rad stuff. Yeah, so there's the final comparison. I can't wait though, because I want this guy out. I want to put him on my shelf. Let's get him out. There's that famous Best Action collector-friendly clamshell right there. The sticker's a little loose, but very cool. All you have to do is pop that lid right off there, and you got access to your figure. And there he is, out of the box with his accessories. Got the little brain, got the awesome body. I love that you can see the little phalanges in there holding on to the control sticks, you know, like he's manipulating it in there. I love that. All right, exactly like the other version that we've already looked at. This one is standing to the top of that pitchfork, 8.5 inches, I think. Yeah, right at 8.5 inches, which is pretty good size. He's gonna scale just like the other one does, just like the con exclusive arcade damage one does, really nicely with the rest of the Best Action line, which we'll take a look at in just a second. Notably, the big differences are obviously the paint scheme and the paint scheme on the accessories. Now these get a really nice metallic. I'm actually really happy with the axe. It looks really cool. You know, the other one was just kind of orange, much like the arcade version that we've already seen, but with that cool, almost like metallic. It's actually really shiny. It looks really nice, really nicely done there. Makes it match these awesome shoulder pads and the suspenders that he's wearing there. They look like suspenders to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, that's cool. Plugs in where the hand goes. Let's see. Also, he comes with the blasters. We can compare those. This blaster reminds me a whole lot more of the NECA one, the way it's painted. I mean, you can see it's also has that really nice gunmetal color, and then that blue, man, that blue is really nice, and so is the red in the ends of it. That's a really nice looking accessory for a Best Action figure, I've got to say. Man, I really like it. It does look a lot closer to the NECA version of the exact same blaster, and I think there's like one episode in the show where Krang actually, the body goes, Bebop and Rocksteady accidentally have some kind of chip put into it from like one of those Tiger handheld games, and the body goes crazy. And I think that's really basically the only time you ever see some of these other accessories. Anyway, very nicely done, Best Action. And we'll take a look at it in a little bit with some of that stuff plugged in. We also have the drill that came with the other Best Action Krang. There it is. Really nicely done. I love this blue that they've put on these to kind of give it an accenting color. The metallic blue looks really sharp. I hope that's coming across. Man, I really like that. That looks really nice. The metallic looks really nice too. And finally, the sword. And the sword was the goofy thing that I've never seen Krang use. That when I saw this, when I plugged it into the con exclusive version, I was like, holy shit. And this one is really nice. Same scheme, same paint scheme. It's got that nice metallic blue around it, and then that just sharp looking blade. I cannot wait to see this on the Krang figure, because that was something that really shocked me. I didn't see that coming. And then also you can see the colors. You can see the colors of the hands here. This one came from the original release, and then this one, of course, the bright red to match what we all remember from the show. Now the Krang brain is also a little bit different, which when it's comparison time, we'll look at them side by side. But yeah, this is a really nice sculpt. I believe it to be the same sculpt, just the more classic pink coloration. These little mandible, these little whatever you want to call them things, are little grabbies, little phalanges. They are articulated. They have, you can see the hinge there up and down a little bit. And of course they rotate. They give you a little bit of up and down. But to put him in the body, you have to unplug these arms. Boop, boop. There's one. Boop, boop. There's another. And let's get him in there. And the way you do that is you break him in half, just like that. He opens up. He's got a hinge right there. You can see the hinge. He opens up there. And you just drop the little brain right in. He has a hole in his bottom. Or like an indention that matches this indention that's inside the body there, as you can see. And that's kind of what keeps him in place. Even though once you shut the lid, I mean, where's he going, right? If I can get him in there. Oh, yeah. See, there he is. Yeah, see if I can get him down on the thing. There we go. Gosh, yeah. He's filling up the entire... Man, that looks so good. I love it. I love that he built his body with a double chin. I know I say it every time, but just the fact of Krang being like, hey, I'm building this badass body, it's got to have a double chin, is awesome. That one episode with the Krangoids where we actually see what his body would have looked like, that's a pretty cool episode. That'd be interesting to see if they do one of those for the Best Action line. That'd be interesting. I've never seen a toy of that. Maybe that exists. You guys, if that exists, let me know. Show me a picture of that. Let's just quickly go over articulation. The head's on a ball joint. Doesn't have a lot of side to side, but there's a little bit, as you can see there. It's got that awesome double chin. It does go all the way around 360 degrees and can look up that far and down that far. I mean, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Now, the shoulders are on balls, but they are absolutely hindered by those big, bulky, awesome shoulder pads. And I think there's a butterfly joint in there, but it just doesn't really, doesn't really allow a lot of motion. You can see the break in there, but it doesn't really give him a lot. He does have a bicep swivel that is limited by the shape of it, the way it's cut out to kind of fit in this little groove there. And then he does have just an insane amount of flexibility I mean, look at that. That's almost straight up. That is amazing. It does, of course, create this chunk in there where it's like kind of, I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting choice. I always think this is but I get it for range, but man, that doesn't look nice when you do it. I do think this one looks better than the arcade one though. I like the steel accents. Then you go down to the legs here. They do go out to the side. They do go forward that much and back that much. And he does have a thigh swivel, which, once you've rotated a lot, it gets kind of ugly. But that's okay. He does have the 3-part knee there, 1, 2, 3 parts, or you could call that a 2-part or a single part. I don't know. Does have pinless joints in the legs, pin joints in the arms, pinless in the legs. That's pretty interesting. Let's see. He has that thigh swivel there, and of course, he also does, of course, have ankles that spin all the way around, and they do hinge up and down. Same for the wrists. The wrists spin, and they hinge in and out. He has a pretty good range of movement, though. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know what he would ever be doing on his back. He's not going to be drawing out any swords or anything, but that is a pretty nice range. I do like it. Now, what I really like about it, though, is this coloration. I really enjoyed the arcade version, but this one this really does it for me. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if they were going to color the joints the same as the skin color. That's kind of, it's cool that they have this. It's cool. I like this metallic color, but it being in the joints kind of breaks it up in the front, which is okay. It doesn't bother me. I actually like this a lot for like, I think it's like $35 or something. It's really not that bad of a price. I think I paid like close to $100 for the NECA version. So yeah, this is not that bad at all. I like this metallic around the wrists, and then you get this metallic. You get all these little metallic accents. It all looks nice. See, he's got stuff there. This looks nice. The handle on the back, this venting, the spine, even the glasses, like everything around, like the band around the head and everything. Everything looks really sharp. It's got a really good paint job. I haven't seen any paint flaws. I don't see anything in the wrong places. It's got all the nice little details. All the screws and rivets and stuff are painted. It's even, there's only one. Well, that's this flesh color next to the yellow. So that's not bad. And yeah, just all over. It's a pretty good design. I mean, it's a little, you can see like where it was cut out of the mold here on the backs of the legs, which is fine. I mean, that's going to happen. It does have tread on the bottom of the boots, which is cool. So all the little highlights, everything really nice. I like it. This is what I was really waiting for. I was really excited about getting this android body. But let's check out some of these accessories. There he is with the blaster. Really cool looking. I like it. I really love the way it matches all the accessories on the costume. And there he is with the drill. Bang! He's going to be boring into your soul with the soul drill. Man, I love this thing. I love the Krang body. It's very, 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 very Frankenstein. I like that. I love that episode when it, gets up off the table. It's alive and all that cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Let's see the other two accessories. And there is that sword, which actually looks tremendous. I remember thinking this with the last one. I'm like, man, I really dig this. I really wish there was some kind of Krang thing I could watch where he has this sword arm. It looks badass. And that axe, man. Yes. The only thing he's missing is the ball and chains, right? He did use those in that episode where Bebop and Rocksteady put the wrong chipset in him or whatever. Or they laid out the wrong... They lost the regular one and he put in the wrong one or whatever it was. Really cool, though. And then, of course, you know, I did show you he did come with additional hands. He had the fist there. And but there he is with his accessories. Let's take a look at him with other Krangs. There he is with his best action counterpart. I did say I would compare the brains inside. As you can see, this one has the really cool purple eyes, and the mouth is red inside. You can see that his tongue is red in there, and this one has like yellowed out eyes, but it is the same sculpt overall as it should be. They do look awesome. I do kind of wish, though, I love this highlight of the lines on the chest. I don't know what they are. I know that it didn't have it in the cartoon, but it's still something that I feel like is the only thing that's maybe lacking from this is like some kind of paint on, maybe like just black lines there. I don't know, but he doesn't have them anywhere else, so it does look nice overall. Though I really do like it. They compare really nicely. I am really pumped to be adding this standard coloration to my collection. He's gonna go right next to this one. It's gonna be pretty badass. Let's see him with some other guys though. So there he is with the Bubble Walker, the more classic action figure version, sort of. But this is, you know, still cartoon, still from that Krangazoid episode, I do believe. But there he is. The brain is noticeably a lot bigger that goes into the android body. I mean, the scale is a little wonk. It's a little wonk, you know. That it happens, but we'll really see it in the next one. There he is with Bebop and Rocksteady and the Shredder and the Foot Soldier from the same series. These are all from Best Action. That's how they scale up when you're comparing this line. You take these, you know, you got the core villains here. This is how they're looking when they're all together. I think it's pretty badass. I mean, the brain is noticeably large, and as other people have pointed out, the human figures are on the small side, but I think overall, I like this. I like the stature difference. This just feels big. This feels like, you know, like the old Krang figure felt way big compared to everybody else. And this still has that, but it really kind of scales better, more like the cartoon. And there he is with some Best Action Turtles. Got Don and Leo here, and man, I like this. See, this looks really nice. They're just too big for Shredder. I don't know. I mean, what can you do? There he is with NECA. The NECA one based just straight up on the cartoon series. This one really nicely done. I think you know, there are some differences. This one has the small feet like it should. This one has some fairly large feet, but it does stand up, you know. This one has the more cartoon aesthetic, and this one has a really close representation of that aesthetic. And there you go. See, the vents are colored on the NECA version where they're not on this one. Overall, though, man, I really like it. You know, it does scale pretty well with the NECA version, and yeah, you can tell this one's cheaper made. I don't know though. Is it? I mean, NECA just does so well on their paint jobs. This looks straight out of the cartoon, and of course, this is some kind of like different, updated version. You can see a big difference in the back there. He doesn't have his little thing on the butt, but he does have the handle, and he does have, you know, the screws and all the stuff over here. I actually like some of these metallic details on this side, but I know that they weren't really in the cartoon. But yeah, so there they are. But see, here's the difference too, though. I don't have any paint flaws, and then here's I've got NECA red dots. So, what can you do? And then last but not least, the OG. Now let me see if I can kind of get them both in camera here. Yeah, you got to kind of scale it up, man. This guy is huge. Damn, there's the old school. I do think that what they're doing here is they're taking elements of this, and they're taking elements of this, and they're combining them together to create this. And I do like that. You know, you see, you get the colored in eyes, which classically came from the original version. And I don't know. I like it. I like it, guys. I really, really, really do. This figure is a really nice addition to my collection, and I'm going to show you that shelf right now, and I am very happy with this. So, guys, please hit like, hit subscribe, tune in for more Nascent Toy Collector, and thank you so much for being here. Peace out. Have a great week. Keep it geek.